Yo, here we are. It is Tuesday night. It is Arcfall, and it is the Pegasus show once again. And the background music's going on, so a bit too loud. Let's get rid of that. And here I am. Yes, it is the Pegasus show. Welcoming everybody. And how are you all finding the the start of the act so far? So, I mean, needless to say, I'm extremely joyful and happy that so far from what I've seen of DJ's video, Rev's video, No One Shouts video, there's a lot of excitement in the air about the fact that have we just turned a corner? After such a good month, have we truly gone backwards? But that's for you lot to decide, not for me. I get here to sit here and talk about the game and all the lovely stuff that's just been added today. So without further ado, why don't we jump into the game and actually have a look at some of the joyful stuff that we've been given. Kind of said more for PlayStation games. I don't blame you, buddy. I really don't blame you. I mean, the PlayStation, I used to enjoy playing PS1. Evening Mark, who I survived within a half term. Actually, it's not been particularly too bad. I've managed to drop my daughter off at Easter Club for the last 2 days. Sadly, she's not back there now, so I've got her home for the next 7 days. Yay! So that's her and her brother going to be at war. Hey, Bandit, welcome to the stream, buddy. But yeah, I mean, yeah, this month I think. I mean, my personal opinion is I think we have actually turned a corner. From what I've heard so far, we've had a one-trick pony introduced to us in the form of the USS Titan. We will look at some of the bits and bobs about that. I mean, if we might even try and see if we can find it on stfc.space. But yeah, the Discord link's about to expire. Is that on? Yeah, is that on the YouTube thing? Because I'm sure I put a never-ending one, but thanks for letting me know. I will actually get that sorted out. I'll get it sorted out tomorrow. I don't, but hey, somebody's buffed me. Somebody's stung me. Woohoo! Where am I? Oh, I'm in my territory, aren't I? So yeah, don't spend in the event store yet. New items going to be added. Yes, I was watching Rev's Twitch stream this evening, trying to get myself a free battle pass because, unfortunately, being a nobody for Scopely, unfortunately, I have to pay for my own battle passes. But that's not a problem because I usually go for the $20 one or the £18.99 here in the UK. But then again, it depends. If you're on iOS, it's still what 20 quid or 20 euros or something like that. I know iOS really take the proverbial piss when it comes to actual stuff. So now at the minute I have got my Kelvin out here in a low level system because I'm just running the level 15 missions as well. But I have also been looking into the event store currency. I'm actually writing it all down so far. And so far, not including the gift chest, which I haven't claimed yet, so I don't actually know what's in there. We're already on, what is it, about 30,000 already. That includes the 2 steps on the free path only of the battle pass, which we will look at tonight. And we've got the missions, we've got the testing technology SMS, and the interceptor training SMS. Now, I've not included the heroic SMS from building a Titan, because obviously... no, I didn't win a battle pass, unfortunately. I entered about 4 of them. But, yeah, I missed one, literally, because of a phone call. Sod's law it is. I missed one because of a phone call. But that's fine. I mean, these things do happen. I did win a battle pass a few months ago through the Kelvin Memorial Archive Discord channel. So that's another one that's worth checking out. Actually, I don't really go on it very often, but I am on there and I do tag videos when I remember to actually tag the videos through Discord. But yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at this gift chest. Now, I'm sure a lot of you have already claimed this one. Looking at what's on it, I'm going to guess we're going to get some of them. We're going to get a shard of him, a shard of him. But yeah, so yep, and we've got some matrix dials and all a avatar of some wine. Wow. Some avatar. So we've got 12,000 out there. That's not a bad start, actually. Let me just add that onto the list because, like I said, I am trying to track how much free-to-play players are getting. I am looking at a baseline of 600,000, potentially. So, but it depends how it all pans out. I mean, we do have the calendar that's also available as well. So we will look at what events that are coming. And apparently it is going to be a full ag. And for anyone who did not catch Rev Juice's Twitch stream, you're here in channel. I am going to say this because it's now been put out there. Apex event has had a overhaul. When it's dropping, I do not know. They wouldn't release that information. But apparently, word has it. Now, I'm treating this with a little bit of skepticism. But apparently, it's going to become a weekly event. Ooh, yes, the rewards have been changed. Hopefully the medals are still going to be in it. But Scopely has actually been listening to us, and the Apex has had a revamp. Hopefully Cows also had a revamp, because that's another one that really could do with a revamp. And I'm sure hopefully they'll get round to Faction Hunt at some point, maybe. But I know we've all just had a wonderful 2 days of Faction Hunt. So I hope you enjoyed blasting all 3 factions. That's if you blast them all. But yeah, so it's nice to hear that Scopely is actually listening to the players and actually taking on board and trying to update the events. So shoot me if I'm wrong on all that. But yeah, no, please don't shoot me. I mean, kids do actually need me. But anyway, Yes. So, who has actually gone and bought, and don't be shy to openly admit this, who has actually gone and bought the USS Titan already? I guarantee you, I won't be. I'm not spending $100 on it. From what I've heard, it's just literally a one-trick pony. Now, it potentially could be a valuable one-trick pony in the form of if you're on a server where territory is a constant war zone, like on server 20, because RevJuice keeps saying how they're always changing around and everything. But it's interesting to find a ship with actually more than one buff, similar to what the Defiant is. I mean, we've obviously got the two ship abilities. What's this one? 2 alliance ships affected when fortification or max fortification is activated. Prioritizes strongest ships and alliance members without the ability. So basically, obviously, it's going to give them that boost into it. And I'm level 33, so I probably won't anyway. No, don't worry, James. I mean, there's something you can actually save up, work towards, and it's only 100 blueprints. I mean, obviously, you're not going to see it until you actually open the Ex-Borg faction store. Now, I've actually got an issue with this one, because this is an Ops 37 ship, or Shipyard 37, but yet you don't access the Ex-Borg faction store until Ops 38. Now, can somebody please tell me, where is the logic in that one? Because I oh yeah, don't worry. From what I understand, it's already been beta tested by the players on American servers already. Probably there are some EU server ones. I won't be surprised if me Alliance Admiral's already gone and bought it, to be honest. So, but obviously I don't know if he's going to be online, because he's actually, I don't know why I've actually come out of that. He's actually quite a busy person. Look like no power creep events, only material SLBs. I don't know what the events are going to look like this month. Yeah, and I know from listening to DJ's video when I eventually watched it, because obviously I didn't get a chance to watch it before I recorded my patch note video, because I literally had like half an hour to play with. So it literally was, as soon as 9 o'clock came, do the video, and I had to edit it as soon as I got back in from dropping my daughter off at club. So, and then obviously I watched his video after I'd already posted mine. And I think they did say there was some SLBs coming for Worf and Riker. So obviously we will look at the officers a little bit later. And apparently there is going to be a week of events. I don't know what that is. A week of events to get the Dixon Hill officer. Yes, the rare officer is going to be free to play source this month. I'll say, the Admiral's actually online. Aha. So, I wonder if he's actually got it. I keep going out of there. I'm meant to be showing off the details. So, obviously, for me, based on my research and everything, this is pretty much what the Titan's going to come out the dock for with me. As you can see, it's a DPI of 366,500. Not exactly the best thing. And from what I've heard, this thing is similar to the Cerritos. It's pretty shite. Yeah, pretty shite. I mean, it is an Ex-Borg, and if you have actually watched Picard Season 3, you'll know how pathetically weak this ship actually is. I mean, if you've watched Lower Decks? Yeah, Lower Decks, you saw the Titan in the original Titan under Riker, where he spent more time with his foot up on his chair, and it just did not look like the character Riker to me, literally. I just wow, listen. He was not like that all the time on the Enterprise. Yeah, she's a runner. She's definitely not a fighter. Absolutely. But, I mean, what's the impulse speed for this baby? 127. So, actually, that's not particularly too bad. I mean, if you compare that to the likes of, let's just say the Valdor, which is what I've got at the minute. I mean, she's 102. So, yeah, the Titan is pretty much a runner, and if we compare it to its peers, which will be the Enterprise A, I mean, what impulse speed are we looking on there? That even cracks out at 102. So yes, this ship is actually a runner. So yeah, I mean, not bad. I mean, let's have a look at its health stats. Its health stats, shields is a 1.6 million out of the dock. And hull health is 783. Let's just call up the information. Oh, there's nothing there. Okay, so that's fair dues. So that's his standard health and his standard defense. Obviously, shield deflection being the biggest one because it is an explorer. So good against interceptors. Actually, yeah, that's right. Good against interceptors because the accuracy is here in this section. Critical damage is 290%. Okay, that's not particularly bad. Nearly 3 times the amount. I don't understand why Scopely can't actually just, you know, round it to 300. Make it a decent bonus. But obviously it's a 12% critical, so you could potentially run a critical cruise on it and see what happens. But yeah. So that's the Titan. Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be a pretty lackluster vessel. Yeah. But I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna work for her. Is this worth it rather than tier my Enterprise to a tier 8? No, get a tier 8. Go for the Enterprise tier 8. Alright. I mean, the one thing is, Jay, what ops level are you again? Hey Pets, welcome to the show, mate. Yes, we're going to look through the event store as well. I'm going to give you my opinions. But what I am going to say is, and Rev was stressing this on his Twitch stream, and Bandits just mentioned it earlier, don't spend any currency. JT, that's it. That's what I was going to call you. That's what I was meant to call you, wasn't it? Well, yeah, what level are you, buddy? Ops level. I can't remember. I think it was mid-40s, wasn't you? I think. And so I tried to remember what ops levels everybody is when they actually tell me, so it makes it easy for me to know what information I'm passing. Oh, 38, so I was way out. Typical me. Way out. 39 and even. Oh, smashing. Well done, mate. You'll be able to get the jellyfish Latinum. Parabellum. That's when you're going to get. Oh. Now, I'm going to guess. Did I just seriously win that? I mean, okay, I mean, that was a 39 player, wasn't it? No, that's a level 43 player. That was a level 43 player. Oh, and he's using a level 5 Mantis. Well, that would explain why he lost badly. So, I mean, I'm not exactly running the best crew, am I? There's a little embarrassment for him, but then again, the power difference is also a big one in my favour. So he was going to lose on that hands down. I mean, hopefully he's figured out that he attacked me. I could submit the cruise, JT, but the one thing is with the extreme power difference, and he was using a specialty ship against an actual warship. Yeah, I mean, I'll submit it just to see what he says. I mean, I know for a fact Rev's going to grill me every day of the week on that one, but let me just actually message the guy. Let's just see what he says. Right, I'm going to shrink myself down for the purposes of the keyboard. Did you need a quick ride home? I mean, if that was the case, I mean, that's fair dues. I mean, I've got no problem with players using me as a bouncing shield if needed to. What do we think of these new officers? Worth chasing? That's a very good question there. That is a very good question. Are they worth chasing? To be honest with you, I would love to say yes. If you're a miner, I would highly recommend the Dixon Hill officer, which you will be able to, like I said, already, you will be able to source this month. I definitely agree JT is definitely niche. Let's move the Kelvin out of the way. Where does it need to go next, anyway, to finish off the mission? Okay, so we'll send it there, because obviously there's a lot of players doing this level 15 missions at the minute. So let's just get the thing out of the way. the main thing I want this side. Oh yeah, Matt Bandit, you're a strong miner, mate. If you don't go for him, I would actually be shocked. I mean, it'll definitely improve the defense. If you put him on the bridge of one of your features, he's definitely going to improve that defense of that ship, isn't he? So Dixon Hill. So let's have a look here. So what? Oh, Holodeck. There's a new group. But anyway, so it's definitely a BDA. And for those of you not quite sure what that means, below deck off abilities, I couldn't figure that one out for weeks. So Dixon is about the only thing I'm excited about, and I'm using the word excited loosely. Yeah, I mean to be perfectly honest, right, we're coming off the back of one hell of a month in terms of efficiency, and probably the best officer out of last month was actually Beverly. And luckily I finally got her, but at the minute, because she's a low level for me, not exactly big. Hey John, welcome to the stream, buddy. On level 30, using Saladin so far mostly. Is Stella better? I'm doing it for the PvE. No, use your Saladin, mate. The Stella, I'd stick to using it on the Eclipse hostiles. Don't use it on anything other than them. I would say it's pretty niche, but luckily you've got the traders, you've got the you've got the armadas. So yeah, it's not really the best PV for grinding other hostiles, because all the research that there is available for the Stella is aimed specifically at the Eclipse hostiles. Other than that, the ship is not particularly that good against PvE. You can use it, alright? I'm not going to say you can't. You can still use it, but you will find better efficiency and better kills with your Saladin. I mean, what tier is your Saladin? So, I mean, obviously, being Ops 30, I'm presuming it's not going to be high, maybe tier 4 or 5, something like that. I mean, it's nowadays, I'm sure you can get it higher than what I can. Evening, Mark. Welcome to the stream, mate. If they are close in power, ships over crews. Crews over ships. Yeah, I mean, if you crew out your Stella correctly with PMC, you will still get some good kills. But I would still say Saladin, hands down, all day. But it depends. I mean, what other... I mean, you've got the other specialty ships. I mean, the Saladin has been announced as now as not as important as it used to be. It's still a good base cracker and still good with that first round big blast. But not as important. It now falls in line... Yeah, tier 5. Yeah, a tier 5 Saladin... To be honest, a tier 5 Saladin will be about as good as a tier 7 Stella. Hang on. I'll tell you what, let's have a look at the Stella in the... oh, for God's sake, go away, you. Have a look at the Stella in the... so as you can see, I can build another one at the minute. So the main stats, I mean, this is obviously where we need it, is 185,000, 106, and 567. Now, that's my Stella. That's me building one from scratch. And obviously, I've got 107 M score, so... the 30s seem a real crossroads at the moment. Yeah, they are a crossroads in the game now. It's a lot bigger than it used to be. What, 3 years ago? And when did I actually hit 30? Obviously not my Chronicle age. That was 8 years ago. But I think I was about 18 months into the game when I actually finally reached Ops 30. That's how slow things was for free-to-play players back then. Obviously, things have increased now, where I've heard apparently you can get from start of game to Ops 34 in 6 months. So, God knows how much of the game you're actually going to be missing out on if you actually did that. But that's the way it is. Now, if we actually look at the Sally herself, and you can see kicking out of the dock, her health is actually lower, but her attack and her defense are actually stronger. So a tier 5, yeah, I'm level 30. Bit of a whale. Nice. That is fast. That is fast. Store with Stellar Meridian, low level. Yes, absolutely, Pat. I do agree with that one. That players do need to be looking at trying to get the Stellar and or the Meridian. Definitely would recommend that one. Because they are must-needed ships. 6 months, not as free to play. I'm 33 and I started 6 months ago, but I'm a dolphin. Yeah, that's the one thing is spenders would be able to actually get quite far into the game. I mean, for anyone who knows him, Black Half Dan, he actually did a video before he went off on work-related sabbatical, and he did a video about how what's the best way to level up fast in the game. I think it was a bit of a piss-take video about it, but it was literally spend, spend, spend. I mean, that's if that's what you want to do, thank you very much, because without you guys, we won't actually have a game. And that's no word of a lie. Because obviously, Scopely are not making money on this game. They won't do anything else to it. There's an Ops 39 in 4 months. That's not too bad. That's actually a very fast upgrading. Yeah, it was. That's an interesting word. Saltaire. That's definitely an interesting word. I've never heard that one before. Got my second Stellar after a long time. Makes grinding and scrapping so much. Yes, a second Stellar does make it a lot easier, and I would definitely recommend the 2 Stellar approach. At the minute, I've only got the 1, but as you've seen, I've already got the blueprints ready to do a second one. And I'll tell you what, right? I'm just going to do that live on stream as well. We'll do that live tonight, because I believe I actually have the materials, the uranium, to at least get it to tier 7. So, I mean, oh, he's replied. Sorry, but you were on the target event, accidental. Yeah, no worries. Obviously, he's not learnt about the little arrows on the side of the screen. So, I mean, I don't think I'll be able to find... Oh, when you do... Right, I've got another player hovering over that, and I've just been able to click on the mission vector without an issue. So... But anyway, yeah, so let's go there. There's absolutely no chance of getting a Meridian without an event store. Get it? Yes! Meridian, the only way to source it is the event store. So, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll just claim this. Is there another section of this? Or is it done? Hey, some of these missions can be very boring some days. Well, right, so, let's go have a look. I know I'm flipping and flipping between everything. But, right, event store. This one, forget it. Events and avatars. If you really want to, by all means. Otherwise, forget it. And as you can see, I'm already on 21,000 coins. So, now, officers is usually one of your definitely go-to thoughts of officers in the event store. I think Mayor, other than Hugh, personally, I've all expected Picard. I kind of agree with you on that one, JT, because Queen, well, to be honest, if we could just click on her, I still need her, but I'm only 28 shards away. So, and it's like, is she worth going for? The crit chance when receiving hull damage, but it's very niche. It's only the Borg solo matters. I'd probably say try and find a way to get Galen out to tier 4, but what I'm going to say is, right, Borg Galana, or Fat Borg as I called him from day one. Do not worry about him. Don't get him. Not in this store. He is easily sourceable through the Borg Solar Matter loop in the chest in the Borg tech of your refinery. That's where you better get him. I mean, if you want to spend 2,000 on trying to get him up to next level, I think mine's that's what I would get next. 7%. I think I am actually at the tier 2 stage. I think I need to go in for tier 3. How much loot are we gonna? How much loot do you think we're gonna get? I think we could be close to the 6,000 mark that we got. 6,000? Thinking it. That's not a lot. 600,000 that we got in the Deep Space Nine event store. I mean, that's where we are now, and that's where we are looking. Absolutely, Mike. If you've got 14 shards, I'd get her. If you think she's going to benefit your gameplay, this is the bit you need to think about. Are these going to benefit your gameplay? Galana, yes, his below deck officer ability is definitely something you can use. And it's not a one trick, it's 2 different hostile grindings. But watch out for your officer stats. If is a low tier, like tier 1, tier 2, hell, even tier 3 maybe not worth having him below deck just yet, unless you've got like a tier 7 Mantis. Get those officer slots open first. I mean, I've got my Mantis in dock now, and we'll go back into all these buttons. Oh no, she's sat just outside my base at the minute. And oh, for God's sake, right? Oh, for God's sake, bugger off! 2 Latinum. It's not gonna hurt the bank, right? So officers. Now, obviously, it's the crew I've run. I usually go below deck, and in the minute, as you can see, my stats are 405. Now, if I where is he? It's Beverly behind me. Right. So if I say replaced Levis, I'm sacrificing stats. So there, I've just sacrificed hull health. So let's discard that. Go back in, and then let's take Marcus off, because he's a defense stat. So again, I'm losing defense stats. Now I'm keeping my health, which is going to be for 5 of 11, the captain, and keeping my attack stats, which is going to be for Kang. And obviously I'm going to increase my loot, but I have Kirk as commander and switch between Borg and Mantis loot, but on every run with Galana. Oh, that's all right then. That's all right. I mean, as you can see, what do you mean? What am I doing, Nuts? Welcome to the stream. I'm actually just showing that at the minute it's not worth it. It's not worth putting him on your ship just yet. So as you can see, I've lost defense stats. Now, ideally, I don't want to be breaking stats until I can get this thing up to its maximum level. And the maximum level I can do, if we do this and we go with Carol, I'll put Carol there. Not increasing my stats a whole bloody lot. So what we're doing, there we go. So the attack stats now got up to 450%. That is where the baseline that I want at current. If I can't reach that stat, I want to be looking at whatever I can get. So the original 405 that I had, I mean, who's that? No. So where's Levis? What is he? Is he defense? No, he's not defense. The game is crashing. Oh dear, that's not good. The same goes for assimilation as you need. There's like over. Yeah. You do. You'll need the full synergy below deck for it to be anywhere near of any sort of effectiveness, really. But it's not Levis. I want to be looking for. I can't remember. Oh, I know it was. It was Marcus, wasn't it? But yeah. So I'd be looking at making sure that my bonus stats are as high as they can go. Once I've reached that tipping point, then not a problem seeing the extra officers on below deck like Galana for the loot gathering. So in this instance, I'm going to need the level 35. I can't even select it. The next one next to Levis, which is level 35, which is tier 7. Sadly, I'm only tier 5 at the minute, so I've got a little way to go. Luckily, only a couple of days and I can get this, and then I've got to go through the whole tier 7. My cargo on VT, on the Talios, is only 1.24, so Galanar is okay for it. Your cargo's only 1.2 million. Mark, what tier is your Talios? Because mine's tier 4, and I've got more than that. And even still, I won't put Galanar on my below deck. Because again, I'm not reaching that max stat. If you're on Virgin Media, it's not the game, it's the internet connection. Been awful the last 2 days. Virgin Media is restricted to the UK, John. And Nuts is actually Ops 38. Yeah, you're probably looking no more than a tier 2 or tier 3 Talios at the minute, aren't you? So, but yeah, Virgin Media is not in the US where Nuts is. Speaking of Mantis, what is this about the refit for the refinery? I'm not convinced that... Ops Lock 40, yeah, I thought so. Same as me, tier 3. Yeah, so tier 3 Mantis. I won't even do it. I mean, I'll show you the Mantis. I'll see the crew on bridge. That's by the by. But you can see, I've got 400%, and I think 400% is actually max. So let me just... Oh no, 450. 450. And so I put Marcus back in there. So yeah, so even I haven't got maximum stats yet, but tier 6, level 30 will be the next place. Something is happening then. Yes, I think. You've got me confused, Nuts. So yeah, so even I wouldn't think of putting Galanar on the below deck. I definitely would have 5 of 11 on there for her officer ability. I mean, as you can see, mine's 40% at the minute, so that's a bonus. But obviously, I use her with Strange New World, Pike as captain, and Ahura as the other side card. So yeah, so at the minute, until Galanar can actually reach that particular level, I'll leave the Talios in dock. Shouldn't really, because I don't need the Talios at the minute. But if we actually look where he actually is, yep, he's definitely a tier 2 then. And here he is. He's stronger than Bulma. So that's the stats he's providing me at the minute, and it's really not worth me going any further. Next up is a 20% boost going for tier 3. Strange New Worlds on deck. Grush, Galanar, lower deck. What tier is your Grush? Because a decent Grush actually has... hey buddy! Florida, wow, how's the weather over there? Hope it's a lot better than what I've got over here, because all I can see is pitch black out my window. So, I mean, here's my Grush. He's tier 5, and at the minute, his stats are phenomenal. And, luckily, even though he is attack focused, I mean, you actually look, he's hot. I bet it is. And what hot? So I'm guessing the temperature's probably in the 40s by now. Yeah, level 20. I mean, I could send my Grush up a little bit higher. But yeah, he's a well-rounded officer. He's centered towards attack a little bit, but not by much. And health is not much smaller than defense. But yeah, he is a decent officer. I mean, as you can see, mine's obviously max, so I can get that maximum range of 15% bonus, which has actually been a godsend for me to get further around G5 territory with the Fisha. He's fantastic on the Fisha for going out for exploring, I'll tell you that much. But yeah, so at the minute, when it comes to crewing your ships up, make sure that the officers below deck and your total stats actually equal the maximum stats of your ship. That's literally what I can suggest. And what's that? Oh, it's because I got the Stellar in construction, Anna. Wondering to spend 22,000 independent credits to tier him up. Absolutely, JT. Absolutely. I'm not going to deny it. I use him on my Fisher primarily to go for the warp range and get out there and really explore. And I'll show you how far I've actually got. That's as far as I've got. That's a 255 warp range system. With Grush and Cadet Scotty for a tier 9 Fisher, I can actually get to 258. Well, if I didn't have the enhanced warp core research, because that does also help. Yes, that does also help. I can reach 255 now. Not a problem. Obviously, the next target is 285, but yeah, that ain't going to happen till I get to Ops 51 at least and unlock the next engine upgrade for the Fisher. So I've got a long way to go. It's going to be a couple of years, but in that time I could probably develop a second Fisher. So, but yeah. So that's as far as I can get. Hey, Lucian, welcome in, 131. So, yeah. Now, where was we? Right. Circling all the way back to Dixon Hill. Yes, so Dixon Hill. Now, as I said, for those of you who actually enjoy mining, this is definitely going to be an officer that you're definitely going to want to invest in, the one you're going to want to look at. Yes, I don't know why I'm saying yes, mate, when I can just read the question. How deep space would Franklin A, but how do you unlock the path? I'm Ops 38. 36. You can't. That will be the simple answer. You need to be Ops 38 and it's part of your core missions. Yes, your core missions. And if you go over to stfc.space, you will be able to find the actual path for your core missions. It's the main chain missions, but you will need to be Ops 38 to actually get into deep space. Now, it's brilliant that the fact your Franklin can get there, but yeah. Unfortunately, you can't go there yet. You're not allowed. Unfortunately, Scopely did not envision, when they designed this game, eventually adding ships that can reach deep space for players below level 38. I don't know how much foresight was actually put into this game when they designed it about redundancy for variant. Been looking for for 2 weeks. No worries, buddy. Didn't anybody in your alliance tell you that? Because usually alliances would actually help you with that, unless they don't communicate. One of the missions... What the hell was that? One of the missions can't... So that you can't archive is the ops of... Yeah, and that's your core missions, Stan. That is your core missions. Hi, welcome in, mate. So, but yeah, core missions, you'll get there eventually. Don't worry too much about it. If you're Ops 36, enjoy playing around with the Franklin, the Cerritos, the Fisher. What else we got? The Mantis. So, I was surprised how many missions you can do at 38. Mantis helps a lot. Warp 85 without Grush. Yeah. When you get to 38, you'll be unlocking a hell of a lot. We're only small level 75, but the use of level 36 is the highest. Level 75? Level 75? Oh. That's actually got me thinking. What level are we? Oh, we're level 30. Rewards. So, level 75. A level 7... Oh, there's 75 of you. Okay, yeah. It took me a while to find it back then, yeah. Yeah, I mean, To be honest, I do enjoy going out into deep space. I enjoy going out to G5 territory and fighting the level 50 hostiles. It just gives me something different than attacking the usual baby ships that I get. I got many missions for 3 days straight. Yeah. I mean, you will find that sometimes you'll have no missions to do, then suddenly you've got like a load just open up for you to do. I've got loads to do, but most of mine are restricted to high levels, which I'm not at yet. But anyway, so back on the officer that you could potentially source this month. Yes, and I do say potentially. Also, I'll wait to see that week of events where you will be able to source Dixon Hill. Also, this is the one that's going to really work with the people who enjoy mining. Starting off with a base stat of 30%. Now, as you saw from the patch notes how high he goes, I can't remember it off the top of my head. And unfortunately, I don't have it written down to hand. So, but yeah, 30% boost. I mean, it's small. It's not particularly that big. In all honesty, it's literally 30% nowadays is not that big. Especially when you actually look at what you've actually got in your Ex-Borg tree. Also, when defending a mining mode, you can reduce your opponent's shield mitigation every single round, and it stacks. What exactly is the US time B? Is it for AB? It's a one-trick pony. It's pretty crap, but what it does is it boosts any ship in the system. Now, it's from what I've heard, this is an AOE, area of event, was it? Area of environment or something like that. Any idea why there isn't more mining crews? Yeah, no, so basically she's a support ship, but she's a bigger version of the Defiant and the Cerritos, and she can buff more ships at once. So if you've got 5 ships in one system, you send the Titan in, you can buff all 5 ships at once without having to click on every single individual ship. Now, the higher tier she gets, yes, is tier based, the more also alliance ships you will be able to buff at the same time. But again, it falls under the same rules as the Cerritos and the Defiant. It goes on the individual player's research receiving the buff off the Titan. So it's not based on the Titan player's research, it's based on the receiving player's research. As for mining crews, why there's not more? There is actually an assortment of mining officers. I won't exactly go to the extremes of saying there's tons of different ways around it, but there are varying officers. And what I can do is I can throw that into a video about the thing is, do you think the revamp of territory is coming? Mag, I strongly suspect that. I do not know for sure if that's coming, but given the ability of the Titan at the minute and how she's pretty much a one-trick pony, not much worth anything, I would suspect, yes, somewhere down the line there could be a territory revamp. It's for the bosses come in and buff your alliance. Yeah, exactly, Nuts. And that is another way of actually putting it. Get your alliance, your big wigs in your alliance who've got the buff, come in and buff everybody. And that's what's going to happen with a lot of these whales who are going to go out by the... it is free. Yes, it is free. There is a free-to-play path. And I've already worked out the date. Yes, I've been that side. I've worked out the actual date. The first free-to-play Titans can be put under construction, at least. And that is the 12th of July. The 12th of July. Well, from my time zone, if you rotate the planet round towards the US time zones, you're probably looking like the end of play around about the 11th of July, going into the 12th. It's going to be great for Armadas. Now the whales don't eat up all the rewards from the guys you're helping. Yeah, there is that. The mining crews and synergy seems lacking across ships. So a video on thoughts. Yeah, I'll definitely do a video on it, not a problem. So now just bear me a second, because I think I've just heard my son. Yeah. Right, if you just bear me a second, because yesterday he was sick. Just bear me a second. Okay, mate, okay. Alright. He's been sick again. Alright, mate, come here. Right, let's get this off. Come here. Alright, hands up, hands up. Oh, watch your head. Sorry. Oh, bloody hell. Right, come here, mate. Let's go. Yeah, that's good. Alright, mate, let's get you down to the bath. Oh, shit. Oh, goody mummy though.
I'm Saffron Barker and I'm Anastasia Kingsnorth, and we wanted to let you know about our brand new podcast, Sex, Lies and DMs. Each week we will invite a fabulous guest onto the show to delve into their DMs, spill the tea and discuss sex, dating experiences and all of the topics in between, good, bad and wonderful. Sex, Lies and DM Lies premieres on the 11th of October.
Right, I'm sorry to say, guys, I'm going to have to go. My son has just been sick everywhere, and unfortunately I need to go get him cleared up. So hopefully I will try and get the live stream back in tomorrow, providing he's a bit better. So sorry about this. Thank you for everyone for coming in so far. Please take care. Don't forget to like, subscribe and donate to the channel if you'd like. The PayPal is in the channel's description. But anyway, I better get running. I've got a bath to put on. For second night in a row.